This has always felt so wonky to me, that whole mechanic. She's gonna... What just happened? She just ran out the room and despawned. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to a brand new stream. I think my internet might be a little bit unstable today. We've been having some internet issues today. I was uploading a video to YouTube while Love was trying to play League of Legends, and we both kind of struggled with internet during that process, which is quite unusual because our internet package is quite strong. But I think she's just having a bit of a moment, so I apologize in advance if the stream crashes or lags or anything, but we'll just have to see how we get on. I hope you're doing well. I am here with a cup of tea and a blanket because I'm actually freezing cold. And it is the midnight pre-patch event day for EU. Everyone now has access to the midnight pre-patch event called Twilight Ascension. I woke up bright and early at 5:30 this morning by accident. Couldn't fall back asleep and decided to just get out of bed. And it meant that I was able to get a guide video for Twilight Ascension ready. It's not going to be released until 3 o'clock today for me, which is in 55 minutes. But show you the progress I've made so far. There's an achievement for defeating every rare in the event. I believe I've done 10 so far. Just while I was getting footage and then editing, I had this on in the background. So then when a new rare spawned, I would go and do that one too. So a good amount of progress. That's over halfway. And I have 145 of the new Twilight's Blade insignia, which is the currency that we need to buy all of our cosmetics and catch-up gear pieces and everything. So, I'm not sure how far along the timer for the rare spawn we are. But honestly, this is kind of all I had on the docket for today, like personally. We will probably finish at least the achievement for getting every rare kill, which gets us a mount. Gets us something called the light something mech suit. Light forged mech suit. So we'll get that today. How many of the rewards we'll be able to buy by the end, we'll just have to see. In the meantime, I was gonna just farm some lumber while I'm in the Twilight Highlands because I've done my world quests. I don't think there's any new ones. Not currently. So, until a rare spawns, I'm gonna just chop some trees. And I'm probably going... I DC'd already. Wonderful start. I think I flew into a tree and it didn't like that. I hope your weeks are all going well and that you're having a lovely Wednesday, halfway through the week. I fear I'm having some bitrate issues, I can tell. I was having some bitrate issues on my recording actually, which is pretty unusual. But if I have bad internet, then it kind of makes sense. My interact key keeps unticking. I'm not really sure why. it's very useful if you do something like lumber farming or herb gathering or anything to just enable your interact key and then keybind it. So you don't have to physically look around and click on the lumber each time you need to like farm something, collect something. As long as you're in range of it, it just does it for you. So because we're in a cataclysm zone, it's giving us ashwood lumber. And with alchemy, I can make, I believe there's a cauldron. The Gilnean cauldron, which is really cool. And then a Gilnean green potion. The cauldron's quite expensive in terms of how much lumber it costs, but apparently you're making a 16,000 gold profit with each one that you sell on the auction house. And that's taking into consideration buying the rest of the materials. I'm not going to farm the rest of them myself because the lumber is quite enough, but 16,000 gold profit is hard to turn down. And I've already collected one of each of those things for housing levels, so I'm actually quite happy to sell them. Our first rare has spawned. Is Gustavan. Anyway, I've already done this one, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I have. I'm gonna do them anyway, because they spawn in a fixed rotation, so I'll kind of know where I am from this point onwards. I think there are quite a few that I've got to do again, because I've joined at a time where we're just not in a part of the rotation that suits me right now. But if we just stick with it, eventually we'll get caught back up. And as long as we, you know, stay on our toes, we should be able to tick off the 2 minutes to midnight achievement. Having some server lag for sure, which is expected in a pre-patch event, although it wasn't happening earlier. Cool. So I got 3 insignia, 2 crests, and some resonance crystals. I was curious to see what kind of items you get on a duplicated rare. There is a called Voice of the Eclipse. It's about to spawn, so I guess I can stay. I've done this one twice already. But it's a good rare to tick off your list because it doesn't come in the regular rare spawn timer in the rotation, but you do need it for the achievement. So my advice, if you haven't done the Voice of the Eclipse yet, you definitely should, because you're going to need it eventually.
No, I was looking at
I'm going to try to kill things somewhat slowly so that other people have a chance. I mean, I could honestly just tag it, but I don't want to look like I'm contributing nothing. I just won't use absolutely all of my cooldowns. Okay. It seems like I'm not getting very many of the catch-up gear piece drops. So I'm wondering if they've limited it to once a day per rare. Because so far I've got 7 pieces, and I haven't bought any of them, they've all dropped. And I've done 10 rares at least once. I'm not really sure why they scaled the whole zone up to our level, because we don't need anything but the rares and the world quests for this event. We're probably going to end up with a lot of lumber by the end of this event. And I also, the rewards from this event, I haven't bought any yet. Kind of want to save it until the end, either of the stream or until we have enough of the currency to just buy everything in one fell swoop. But I calculated, I think you need 475 to get absolutely everything cosmetic, so that doesn't count for catch-up gear. I'm not going to buy too much catch-up gear, I don't think, but I currently have 150, so quite a way off 475. So we're probably gonna see where we're at the end of this stream and then make some purchases. I'll definitely get the mount and I'll buy the decor, assuming I can afford all of them at once. And then deprioritized slightly, unfortunately, are the pets and the toys and the transmog. So we shall see. I should also probably bring my Void Elf, my Demon Hunter, here on stream. I think she's parked actually at the base camp where you pick up your weekly quests and everything. It's not a bad way to level. The rares don't give very much, but the world quests do. The only thing is I've already done the world quests on my Demon Hunter, so she won't have any. But the rares give something, and because they're scaled to our level, I'm killing mobs at my level, which means they're giving me experience. I was kind of hoping that each rare spawn event would give like a big chunk, because that's what they did in the last pre-patch event, I think, for the War Within. Also, my lumber keeps despawning because I'm phasing in and out. I remember in Radiant Echoes for the War Within pre-patch event, there would be stages a bit like this one, which culminate in a big boss fight in the same way. But at the end, if you weren't max level, you got a huge chunk of experience and people were just speed leveling ults that way, which maybe they took it out for that reason. It was a bit too easy, but I'm happy enough to, check off the 3 or 4 weekly world quests that pop up a day for my Void Elf. Look, a wild Eva appears. Hello, Jacob. How are you doing today? I think when we left my Demon Hunter on the last stream, I think she was level 36. She's now level 66. I did a good amount of leveling yesterday when I just had some downtime. And then brought her here for the pre-patch event this morning to do some recording and just see how it felt to try and level through this event, and managed to get her to level 66. In fact, she got 2 levels just by being here. Because I would complete one world quest and it would almost fill her XP bar from nothing. So it was very speedy. Okay. Next rare is up.
You'll see me here. Luke,
I was having to be so careful doing these rare spawn events on my Demon Hunter because she's really squishy.
Did you not see that up and down?
So I had to kind of just hover above or stick with a big group of people so to not aggro anything, because I was getting shredded basically. But this character has much more survivability.
Oh.
It was quite humbling going from just leaping in and taking on a huge pack of elites on this character to then switching over to my Demon Hunter, who's not even max level yet, and trying to do the same. Not so much. I had to run away once to avoid dying, because I didn't want to miss the rare spawning. Oh, we got another earpiece. That's nice. So they haven't limited it. I've done that rare twice today, and I've got a gear piece, which is nice. It's a one-handed mace. Probably useful for somebody. So we just did Gustavan, and then we did... What did we just do? Voidclaw, Hexathor. Trying to remember who I did last. I can probably check. Devinda, possibly. Void Zealot Devinda. I think she's an undead. Pretty sure I did her last. But I can't remember how far along the ones that we've already done are, so we'll keep playing it. We're not in a rush. I mean, I guess I can pick Twilight Jasmine and like flowers while I'm here. Because people will buy herbs to mill them down to make pigments to make dyes for housing. So we can take the lumber and craft some decor pieces with that and sell those. I don't need them. And then Honestly, I'm probably going to just sell the flowers because I'd rather make the gold. Do I sell the flowers? Maybe I should make the dye and sell the dye. That sounds more profitable. Means we sell less dye, but it's probably better value that way. Oh damn, I got interrupted. Honestly, maybe I should use my farming UI for this. Kind of bothersome when you're in combat having the map right there, but we're in combat once every 10 minutes, so it's probably more worthwhile having it here. Cinderbloom is definitely a nice herb for me to keep because I've been making a lot of brown dye pigment for housing because I'm just using so much of the heartwood color for all of my wood textures. And you need Cinderbloom to make brown dye pigment, so it would be good to have those. I think I'm gonna have to be in combat this one. They didn't notice me.
Thanks.
I usually prefer steady flying for farming lumber and herbs and everything, but I'm honestly a bit worried that if I have steady flying when a rare spawns, I actually might not get there in time because I have to book it when I get a rare scanner notification. And even with dynamic flying and spamming search forward, sometimes I arrive in the middle of stage 2. So stage 1 is already finished. Because I think people are checking the order that the rares are spawning in the rotation and where they spawn, so that they just sit and camp wherever the next rare is going to spawn. I'm not that devoted. I'd rather fly around and make some money, but it means that they're doing the heavy lifting early on before I actually arrive. How are we doing? We've already farmed 89 lumber, which is quite outrageous. I think I had a little bit of a head start because I had some from earlier. I have 9 jasmine and 4 cinder bloom. There's lots of stuff here. But we have another rare. I think we're getting near the end of my repeat cycle now because I remember this one towards the end. It's another Voice of the Eclipse as well. Oh, this one bugged out earlier. Interesting. It's just lag, like server lag. Oh, here comes everyone. Yeah. I guess the pre-patch event is the first time I'm getting a bit more of a feel for the changes in Moonkin, because I actually get to do some more long-form combat. It feels weird, but I also have to consider a couple different things. I'm not max level, so I don't have everything at my disposal. There's a stat squish, and like all the scaling is a little bit wonky at the moment. And I'm also playing on a different UI from what I'm used to. I don't have my old weak aura. I don't have the same nameplates. There's a lot of stuff that's just different visually. That's going to take a little bit of time to adjust to, I think. But it feels okay. I still feel powerful at least. Which is good because I put in a lot of work on this character in the War Within. And when I'm playing my Demon Hunter, she's honestly really squishy and doesn't hit very hard for the most part. Which I think is a mixture of the stat squish, Devourer Demon Hunter being new, and my gear. We were leveling my Demon Hunter a little bit on stream earlier in the week. And I kept dying, which is pretty unusual for me in retail because typically it's much easier to survive in retail. But I was having a really difficult time. I discovered the next day that it was actually more beneficial to me to not play with heirlooms. I think heirlooms are just scaling very, very poorly at the moment. And you level so quickly in retail nowadays that I don't even feel the benefit of heirlooms that much. It only really applies when you have rested experience and you have some other like equip bonuses, but I don't really need them. So I just took them off and started actually equipping the gear that I was getting from quests and everything, dungeons. And I just started doing much better. I lived longer, I was able to take on multiple enemies at once. I was hitting harder, it was just much better. Hello, how are you? Hi, Dusima. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? Hope you're having a good week. I had a down period when I was leveling my Demon Hunter yesterday where I finally got in the rhythm of how to play it. I had enough gear that I was hitting harder, and I just had better survivability, and it was feeling much easier and smoother. Hence why I got like 30 extra levels in. But now I've passed the level 60 mark, I think the scaling's gone wonky again. And I've gone back to barely being able to survive. So it's very up and down. I think I'm just gonna finish this character, my Void Elf's character, leveling through, I guess, dungeons so that I can rely on other people to take the heavy lifting, take the damage, deal the damage, because I've been struggling a lot. And then, I don't know. I don't know if leveling through professions is still as good as it was. It was amazing back in the day. Maybe once I get to level 70, I'll just pick up some professions and do some first-time crafts, because they give you a huge amount of experience. At least they used to. Finally started playing. Actually, only level 10 so far. It's the free version. That's nice. That's very exciting. What did you choose to play? I'm glad you're having a good time. I do have mail. Thanks, Luke. I'm sorry. Let me fix that. It's probably auction house. Oh, and... Oh, they didn't want my alchemist retort. I'm going to try and sell that again. What about 2,000? There, is that better? It's such a dinky icon. I'm just so used to not really noticing it. Chose Mage for my first character. Oh, that's really exciting. Mage was the first character that I leveled all the way to max, though. Mage is cool nowadays. I like it. It has a lot of nice visuals. I've always liked the like class fantasy of Mage as well. I'm assuming, are you able to choose like your specialization as a mage at level 10 in the starter edition? Like, are you able to pick talents? Because I was going to ask if you what you chose. Arcane, Frost, or Fire. I was always partial to Arcane, but then they changed it to like mana management, and it just didn't agree with me at the time, which was a long time ago now, but I've played a little bit of Frost. I haven't played much Fire, but I've heard it's going to be good. Chose Frost as well. They have some really beautiful animations nowadays, Frost mages. That's really good that you're having a good time. It's always so exciting starting a new game like that, and I mean, I can't go back and relive playing WoW for the first time, but I can hopefully impart some wisdom if you ever have any questions. Because now I've got a wealth of experience. I'd like to think I know what I'm doing most of the time. I'm very new to this, so I might have a lot of questions. You're always welcome to ask. For now, I would just say do some questing if you'd like to. Not sure what else you can like try out in the starter version. Try out some different races and classes if you'd like to. everything's like a journey in and of itself. Is there a specific part of the game that you are looking to spend the most time with? Are you interested about the story behind the game and like the lore and all the quests and everything? Are you just excited to play different characters? What's the vibe? Salagram, I've done this rare. Can I change my UI mid-combat? There we go. Seen a lot of housing gameplay, so I might do a lot of that and quests. Oh, I didn't know that housing was in the like starter edition. That's so exciting. That would get me hooked for sure. You'll have to let us know what you end up building. Ouch. We got another mace. I think I've got 3 maces. Oh, I have a staff. Staff is nice. Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3 maces. It's okay. It's good to have them. I think I have to buy, but I will eventually. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that sounds like the kind of content that they would lock behind a paywall, unfortunately. Maybe one day they'll give like a teaser to housing or an intro that you can do for free, because it would be great marketing. We need to do some more work on the house that we've been building on stream. I haven't touched it in, well, like a week or 2 now. I'm getting cobwebs. What are you doing at the moment? I am playing the Midnight Pre-Patch event, which just started today for people in EU on EU servers. It's essentially just a piece of kind of filler content that is a soft introduction to the next expansion. So essentially on this specific occasion, the event is themed after the Void, because that's what Midnight's going to be all about. Xalatath. And we're in the Twilight Highlands. And every 10 minutes or so, there is a rare that spawns, which is like a special type of boss almost. And when that spawns, there's a couple different stages where you have to kill a bunch of like smaller, less important mobs, and eventually you unlock the final boss. And then once you defeat it, you get some goodies. You get a new currency that you can spend on rewards. And that's kind of it, to be honest. In the meantime, this is separate from the actual event. Because there's some downtime between each rare spawn, I'm just flying around the zone and chopping down trees to get some lumber. Because lumber is used to craft decor items for your player house. So if you've got professions, you can eventually learn to craft decor pieces specific to your profession. And you can also sell those pieces of decor on the auction house for other players to buy. And a lot of them sell for a lot of gold. So while there's no bosses to kill for the actual event, I'm just flying around and trying to make some money, basically. I appreciate it's not the most riveting content, but it suits the more relaxed vibe of my streams to do collecting type things like this anyway, so. Sounds exciting. Repatch events are usually quite nice bits of content in my opinion. A lot of people find them boring because they are quite repetitive, but they don't last very long. I mean, this is running from now until the 2nd of March, which, I mean, I appreciate is like a full month, but that gives people enough time to do enough of the content to get any achievements or rewards that they might want, hopefully. And it's also completely optional, so if people really don't feel like doing it, then they don't have to. But for people that like collecting, it's just another whole new thing to work on and chip away at. And hopefully at the end of the stream, we will buy some goodies, because I've saved up a bunch of my currency already. And by the end of the stream, hopefully we'll have even more. Oh, I forgot to ask, Dusima, which race did you choose to make your mage? Currently, I have a gnome mage on the Alliance side. And then I do have a second mage who I don't play, but she's a blood elf. So Horde. And actually, back when I leveled my very first mage, I was a gnome mage back then, so it's a different mage now. It's a different character, because that was a long time ago, but full circle moment. These are the ones that always despawn. I need to remember to avoid this area. I'm a blood elf. Nice. They're very, very popular. And in the new expansion, Silvermoon City, which is like their capital city, is going to be completely revamped. They've updated the whole zone, the whole capital, and the zone that it sits in to align with the midnight release, because it's going to be a kind of central hub for that expansion, as well as being the Blood Elf capital city. It's beautiful. I mean, I liked it in the original version, although it is very dated now. But the way they've updated it is stunning. Sadly, we can't see it right now, but once Midnight launches, or if we check out the beta at any point, we can access it that way. Okay, I think we might be onto a winner now. The next rare has spawned, and I don't have this one. So I'm going to race over there. I'm always conscious that people are so fast that I genuinely could miss it. But we have plenty of time. Let me fix my UI again, hopefully without dying. So stage 1 of this rare is already done. Stage 2 is to defeat 3 slightly bigger mobs who are protecting the rare, so we can't actually kill the rare right now. And then once all of those 3 are dead, then the rare spawn is ready. And there are lots of people here, because everyone wants the new goodies. Cool. So now, as long as we don't miss any spawns, every new rare spawn will be one we haven't done yet. So we're making headway for getting our achievement. How's the Endeavor coming along, actually? Halfway to the first milestone, so my neighbors are not putting in the work. That's fine. While we've just defeated a rare and the timer is starting again, I'm going to take a quick break. So hopefully by the time we're back, we haven't missed one. I won't be long. Okay. I need to remember to actually check the time each time a rare spawns. I'm guessing maybe it's every 10 minutes on the hour. If so, we've got one in roughly 2 minutes. What is this? Scroll of replenishment. Attacks made against you have a chance to spawn a healing orb. Random. Maybe it's for squishy characters that you need to bring here. Is this where the new one is going to spawn, maybe? So much lumber around here. I have a couple more housing achievements that I'm getting this character to work towards. They are BFA related ones currently. We have Azeroth at War, which is a mission table achievement. There are 3 in total, and I've finished the other 2. I finished one of them yesterday, and I think the other one the day before. So hopefully not far off finishing the last one for some decor pieces. And then I'm also doing Frontline Warrior, which are to complete all 6 of the assaults in Battle for Azeroth. And out of curiosity, is there one right now? Doesn't look like it. There hasn't been one for a couple of days. And they don't spawn terribly regularly, and when they do, it can sometimes be at a really inconvenient time for me in EU, because they're like 10 PM. I've usually logged off by then. But if needs must, I'll be rebellious and stay up a little bit later. Again, I don't want to use every single cooldown on these rares because I'm trying to be considerate of my fellow player. Give them a chance to actually get here once they get the announcement that there's a rare, but everyone else is going ham, so it's going to die anyway. So now we need Berg the Spellfist, Ray of Putrescence, Ix the Bloodfallen, Commander Ix Vaha, and Shafadi Bulwark of the Night. Some of these are callbacks to previous expansions, which I thought was quite a nice touch. For example, Caller Herald of Twilight is from a dungeon from Cataclysm in this zone. I think. She's from Blackrock Caverns? Yeah, here she is. Caller Herald of Twilight, so she's one of the rares. It's kind of funny to have callbacks like that brought back to relevance. There was another one. Oh, Archbishop Benedictus. Any others? I feel like I recognize Asira Dawnslayer, but maybe I don't. To be fair, I think those are the only 2 that I recognize. But I'm not huge on lore. I think a lot of them are new, though. I'm quite curious to bring my really low level character here. I have a level 12 Hunter. And we have another Winds of Mysterious Fortune leveling bonus right now. It's brand new. I think they sent it out like yesterday or today. I'm curious if it's going to be really, really fast for a low level character or if it scales in a way that makes it the same for everyone. I'm not really sure. But but my hunter will have all of the world quests available to do. Because I've not brought her here yet. And I'm hoping, because I'm more confident with playing hunter, that I might survive a bit better than I have been. It's honestly been a little bit tricky on my demon hunter so far. Help this person. Wish we're gonna have so much lumber by the end of this stream. I already have nearly 200. That's another DC. when I when I kind of glitch on the environment, it seems to break the game at the moment. I was kind of hoping the pre-patch event might have hotfixed stuff like that, but not so much. My video is out. Let me pin it. Hi Queen. Hi Kote Kote. How are you doing? I think we're gonna get another rare spawn any minute now. I'm good, and you? Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you. It's nice to see you. We're just doing some midnight pre-patch event things today. I reckon we're gonna finish our 2 minutes to midnight achievement for killing every rare. We just have to wait for the spawns. And while we're waiting, I'm chopping lumber to eventually turn into decor pieces to sell on the auction house because it's hard to say no to that amount of gold. Okay. It does appear to be every 10 minutes on the hour because we're at 3:10 local time for me. Look, you can just see everyone swarming. It kind of gives the Demogorgon bats from Stranger Things, whatever they were called. Because they're all like a hive mind, they're all just flying in the exact same direction. Everyone's trying to get there on time. Do you have a neighborhood for your fans? I don't. I've actually been meaning to set one up. I think I'm gonna take my... For now, I'm gonna take the Alliance neighborhood, like where my house is, because my other one's in the Horde neighborhood with my guild. And... oh my goodness, what is going on? We haven't even set up like the neighborhood yet, so I want to give my guild a chance. If they flop, then I might have to dip, but for now I'll give them the time of day. But I'm planning to make a charter neighborhood for us to have as a community. I think that would be a really nice idea. I will let you know when it's a thing. Although I might have to, we'll see if I put restrictions on entry to my house, because what if I'm working on things? I don't want people to see a work in progress. No, I mean, the Alliance house is the one that we're working on stream anyway, so I don't typically work on it unless I'm streaming. So it can probably be open to the public. I don't have anything to hide. Have you been enjoying housing, Kote? It'd be a very slay neighborhood. I think so too. And then we can work on endeavors together, because currently I'm working on them with strangers. Because I'm in a randomized public neighborhood and I don't know anyone. And I feel like I'm the only one putting in any work right now, and there are lots of decor items that are going to go amiss because of other people's missteps, you know? Yes, but only the basics. I need to collect and build more. It's a process for sure. But it is fun. I got so overwhelmed by housing when it first came out with the early access. And my brain just flooded with ideas and I didn't know how to execute them. And I wasn't set on one specific idea, so I just procrastinated actually building anything and spent loads of time collecting decor instead. And I told myself, by the time I've got X amount of decor, I'll feel more prepared to execute any ideas, and maybe I'll feel more confident to give it a go. Turns out all I needed to do was turn on the stream and have you guys with me to do it. And we can work on it together, and then it becomes a collective project. And then I immediately fell in love with it as soon as I started. So there was never any need to be concerned on my end anyway, but there we are. I hear lots of people saying things like, I had this idea, I spent hours or days on it, and then I had a different idea, or I saw someone do X, Y, and Z on Instagram or TikTok, and now I'm ripping it all down and starting again, which I guess is kind of the point. But I haven't torn anything down and started again just yet. We've managed to stick with one theme. We're doing little bits at a time, and I would say it's going pretty well. Maybe we'll do a housing stream this week if we're not doing too many other things. I don't think the pre-patch event is going to take up Friday's stream as well. Maybe a little bit. We'll see. Because I should... Do you know what? I'm partly considering bringing my baby hunter here to see how the leveling feels. Maybe I will park this character back at the base because I've got 4 minutes. Is that going to be enough time? Yeah, there's literally a portal you can take to get to Twilight Highlands. If I log on to my hunter, I want to see if I can survive and then see how quick the levels come. Let's see. Leveling. Ava, she's at True Shot Lodge. So we've got 3 minutes to hopefully log in. Get her over there and see where we're at. I have to go to work now. Have a good stream. Thank you, Kote. Have a good day at work. I appreciate you stopping by.
Champion. Rumors suggest that Xalatat's Twilight's blade.
Dwarven District. Sure, that will do. I'm a marksmanship hunter at level 12. So I have approximately 3 buttons. No pet. And hopefully we can survive. Do I pick up herbalism while I'm in town? Not sure if it's going to let me pick up cataclysm herbalism. It's here.
I am listening.
Herbalism, cataclysm. There we go. I'm not going to learn alchemy. I mean, do I pick up mining too?
Good fortune to the Alliance. Talk to me. Hey, good.
Oh, this character is decked out in heirlooms. This could be a problem. Oh no, she can't use the portal. I might not be able to get there in time. Let's see. Oh, actually. Oh, I'm stressed. Maybe if I change my chromie time? The cataclysm? I don't want to miss one. That would be so peak to miss one. Then you have to do the whole rotation of rares again until it swings back around. Hi, Chromie. Select a different timeline, the cataclysm. Thank you. Oh, it's gonna spawn. She still can't use it. I'm logging off. I have to go to the other character. Why is it doing that? That's so annoying. I guess I'd have to like do the intro quest to Twilight Highlands. I'll fly there manually after this rare. Ooh, ooh, ooh. If a rare has spawned, I don't know where it is. Yes, I do. This rare might be dead by the time we get there. Let's see. Someone else is on their way. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, it's stage 1. Oof. That would have been so peak. I'm going to try my best to get every single spawn now, because we don't need very many. Then we've got all the time in the world to just fly to the Twilight Highlands manually. Wonderful. Are you kidding? That's my 4th mace. I'm having some poor RNG right now. We're getting drops, which is the main thing. I'm just getting lots of duplicates. There's honestly no point in logging this character out all the way back at the south of the zone. I may as well just... This is probably a rest area. Let me log out here. Let's try this again, shall we? Okay. Let's fly calmly over to the Twilight Highlands. Luckily, you don't have to do the intro quest on every character. You just do it once and then it's unlocked across your account. You still get prompted to do the quest line, and I mean, for the sake of experience, I could. But it's honestly probably just faster to go straight there. I've run out of vigor. Or run out of cooldown, I guess it is now. Okay. Almost there. And we have arrived. Just gonna check quickly in case there's any quests. I think they're all account wide. Yeah, nothing here. But she does have world quests. And the first one is non-combat, which is good.
The Twilight's Blade's use of shadow magic is causing rifts between Azeroth and the Void. Destroy them quickly.
This is honestly a little bit difficult to do with dynamic flying.
A timely effort. Who
Oh, well, that
knows
was
when
one
we've
level.
gotten through, given the chance.
I'm 13 and a half. Let's go. I'll take rapid fire. Thank you. I usually put rapid aim shot number 1. Cool, and then there's a rare spawning in 4 minutes or so.
These cultists have transitioned from elemental to
Let's see how
vortex.
this goes.
Collect samples so we can understand their
Oh.
methods.
Okay. I think we're going to be fine. I just killed it in 2 hits, so... I think it's just my demon hunter, the poor thing, that is struggling. Courtesy of being the new spec in town. Oh, I just pulled that by mistake. Here we need the obsidian stone. I don't love their name. But they drop the shadow infused shards. Pristine mysterious satchel. I rolled for these earlier and they never dropped. It's very weird. Look at that. Oh my goodness. We got Bottle of Mysterious Wisdom. Experience gained from killing monsters and completing quests is increased by 10% for 2 hours. Shrinks the caster and party members. That's so random. And then we get some like level appropriate armor. And a nice bag. Let me put that here. I'm honestly gonna take the heirlooms off, I think. Am I? Maybe while I'm not struggling damage-wise, I'll keep it. I'll keep the heirlooms on. So I do have rested experience. And that is like part of the appeal. This hunter is marksmanship. And I designed her in character customization specifically to have one blind eye, kind of like Anna Amari from Overwatch. And I made sure to check which eye she looks down the scope of her ranged weapon on, and then made sure the other eye was blind so that it makes sense even close up. I thought that was just a nice touch because I never typically use the eyesight customization, but I thought maybe I should this time because she's using, like, lifting the scope of her weapon to one eye. Maybe I should push myself to use a different type of customization rather than staying in my comfort zone, which I'm very used to. I think it works quite well. And I've given her a gun rather than a bow or a crossbow. Mostly just because she's a dwarf. And it feels more like she's a sniper if we use a gun as opposed to a bow. But I just gave her a very simple, kind of furry, not furry, fur-lined transmog.
Thank you, champion. I look forward to understanding.
As if
your
she's been
methods.
adventuring in the mountains or something. Okay, I gotta go. Commander X Vaha. This is our third to last rare that we need. Now let's see how we do against elites. I think we're going to be okay. I'm not going to take a big pack of them, but 1v1ing like this seems to be okay. Now there's loads of other people here, so they can help. We also leveled again from the world quest we just came from. Yeah. So we're at 6363. Yeah, you get like a regular amount as if you're killing a normal quest mob or something. From defeating a rare, which feels a little bit underwhelming, but the world quests do make up for it. Let's see about gathering actually. You don't even you get a okay amount of experience just from gathering, which is really nice. I can't get lumber on this character because she doesn't have the axe. I don't think I can just track them like this. Herbs, minerals. No, it's okay. We have 2 more world quests we can do.
We already have our hands full with entities the cult summoned. Do not let them
So
bring
we need
more
to
void
disperse
creatures here.
imminent void crawlers and defeat the ones that are already here. Gosh, this is so much easier than on my Demon Hunter. It's crazy. Oh, you actually don't need to kill the ones that are already here. They just count towards the Twilight Blade's forces. Okay. Let's find more of the imminent ones. There's 3 mobs there. I don't feel like doing that. Precise shots. Aim shot causes your next arcane or multi-shot to deal 100% more damage, cost less focus, and have its GCD reduced. Your auto shot damage is increased by 100%. The time between your auto shots is increased. We leveled again, so it's basically 1 level per world quest for at least a character this level. And this world quest, I believe we defeat ogres and then we plant banners.
To recruit ogre brutes. Plant banners among them and sway them to our side.
I'm not very good at quests like this because I get lost in a train of thought and get distracted, and I forget that you're meant to use the quest item after they're dead. So I end up taking ages doing quests like this, especially if you get me yapping. I'm not sure that Thog counts. Gosh, my Demon Hunter wishes she could two-shot things.
Excellent. That should make
There we go, that's another level.
joining the wrong
Very, very
side.
fast. Let's grab Exhilaration's cooldown reduced. So that's all of our world quests on this character. Let's get her an interact keybind. And then change the character pane. And then we'll have another respawn in like a minute or so. I'm coming towards the end of my rested experience right now in this character. I'm assuming you can still quest here like normal. If I were to just start the Twilight Highlands intro questline, I would just potentially have to deal with some server lag and lots of people flying overhead. All the regular like questing areas in the zone seem untouched, unfazed. Penultimate rare spawn. Shafadi Bulwark of the Night. Seem to have got here quite quickly. And that person is DCing. Oh, maybe this would be useful for me actually. There's that scroll of replenishment that spawns orbs of light if you get hit. Especially in chaotic content like this, where there's so many people, I do really enjoy being ranged because I have the option to stand far away from the majority of everyone else. Feels much less egregious on my eyes. Duarte, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Why is everyone leveling up? What's happening? What was that? Everyone just leveled at different times. I mean, I leveled too, actually. I gained a cool pet ability, like another pet I can call, but I physically can't call any pets right now because I'm a lone wolf. Okay. Did I get any nice items? No. And now we're just waiting for one final rare spawn, which will be in 6 minutes or so. And then we're done with our achievement. I doubt it will be the last rare that we ever kill, just because rares have a chance to drop catch-up gear and we need more currency as well, so... Hello, discovered your stream through Artemis. Love your description banner arts with the moon and the tree. Oh, thank you. I had that commissioned recently. I like it too. I kind of went on the theme of, loosely on the theme of like Moonkin. I find like the night sky and the moon and the stars to be a really like relaxing aesthetic. And it blends well with Moonkin, which is my main in World of Warcraft. This character feels like she has so much less to gather because I don't have lumber farming. There's not even any flowers spawning. Aroma isn't a rare from this event, so I'm gonna leave Aroma, I think. Oops. It is beautiful and relaxing indeed. I would love to design my own kind of graphics and art for my channel and everything. And to be fair, I did design how it looks right now. I just didn't produce it myself. I worked with an artist instead. I don't quite have the talents to make what I have right now, so I presented them with an idea based on a theme, and they helped me execute it, which I'm very grateful for. I guess I can accumulate all of my crafting reagents. I'm going to use the Twilight Jasmine and the Cinder Bloom. I could probably sell the Volatile Life, to be fair. It is used. Oh, and the Elementium. The rest can be sold, I think. Someone just asked in general chat, is killing rares a good way to level up in the pre-patch? It doesn't feel like it is, unfortunately. Although we just did that last rare and everyone, including me, was leveling up, so maybe it is, I don't know. Let's see with our last rare for the achievement. They wouldn't have, like, shadow buffed it right this second, would they? They would have had to, like, down the servers. It might have just been a coincidence that we were all close to leveling already and then we killed the rare and it ticked it off the list. It's such a luxury herb gathering on a druid because you don't have to be mounted. Typically, I can fly into an area filled with mobs, loot the flower and fly away before I get hit. So doing it on any other character feels like a downgrade, honestly. Our final rare should be spawning imminently. And I'm just over here leveling through herbs. Okay. Weird. It's not the rare I was expecting. It's one I already have. I'm curious. I mean, it's not to worry. Maybe I will check the rotation after this. I was thinking it was going to be Berg the Spellfist, but I've got Eshadosh the Liminality. How on earth do they come up with these names? Oh yeah, background fun. Do some easier things. Ooh, Shadow Bulwark. Damage taken reduced by 10%. I'll take it. Ooh, we got a earpiece. Okay. Let me go ahead and check the rotation because I screenshot it somewhere. It's not Voice of the Eclipse. Everything you need to know. Rare spawn rotation. Okay, so Berg is the next one. Weird. I must have like missed one. I mean, the Voice of the Eclipse is right here. We may as well do it. Okay, we're at 16,801. And it took us up to 17,499. So it still doesn't feel like the go-to method of leveling. The World Quest is where it's at, I think. For now, I'm going to get whole level just by picking flowers and mining ore. Because it's giving a good little chunk. Considering it doesn't take much effort. Here we go. Level 18. Survival of the fittest gains an additional charge. Let's do that. I feel like Hunter's getting many more survivability talents early on. My Demon Hunter didn't seem to get very many. And it showed because I was feeling very squishy the last couple days. Where's the flower? Oh, it's right there. I'm gonna have to fight. He ran straight past me. I'm not sure where he was going. Okay, hopefully this time it will be the last rare that we need. According to the rotation tracker thing, the list, Berg is next. So earlier when I was doing recording and editing, I must have, I guess, logged off or just missed one rare spawn, which is frustrating. It's very like me though, I have to say. Okay, we're like a third of another level in. So funny that we swapped over to this character, what, like 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago? And she's already gained 5 levels. Last one! It's the right one too. Everyone seems to do this aerial part. Non-combat related. Hi, Krabby. How are you? How goes the classic experience? I haven't played since the last time we spoke about classic, actually. I was starting to level a Draenei Priest. Who's currently just stranded in Westfort, level 12. Retail was calling to me instead. That's okay. Last one. So this should get us an achievement for defeating all of the rares, and then we also get a mount. Fabulous. Didn't get much from the actual boss itself. He gave me 2 insignia and 5 resonance crystals. But that's alright. We got the light forged mech suit, which is already in my journal. Yeah. We got a recolor of the mech suit mount from the War Within. It's a nice, like, pale golden color. I guess we can fly this around for a bit. And that is all of our rares ticked off the achievement. Nice. Oh, the lid doesn't close on this one. On some of the Sky Golem mounts, when you're actually aerial, the hood type thing closes, rather than your character just on a right angle facing the ground. Okay. On this character, we have ended with 12 Twilight's Blade insignia. And this character has 168, which means we have 180. If my maths is correct.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummels.
We don't need these.
May your feet find good trails.
Emptied first aid kit. Don't need that.
Many wares.
And the rest is auction houseable. And we also gained 5 levels in like 30 minutes or less. So good going. Let me sell most of this. You can have my volatile life and my ember silk. My flowers I'm going to send probably to my panda. Can't send mail to that realm. Oh, this character's on a different realm. Then we put it in the warband bank, I guess. Don't think I meant to put this character on a different realm, but that's okay. Let's just put some profession things slightly separate. That means my shaman can then access those herbs to mill them down and make dye pigments that we can then sell in the auction house for some gold, because people will use them for decor crafting and stuff. So, I'm going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, probably going to continue farming out some of these rares just for more currency, and then we'll see how many we have and buy some rewards. I'll see you soon. All right. I may have missed this respawn because I'm like, yeah, I'm like 2 minutes late. It's worth a shot. I didn't realize I was gone that long, goodness. Oh, I'm on time. Perfect timing, in fact. Goodness. No goodies, but 3 more insignia. I don't think I'm gonna do the voice of the eclipse. Actually, maybe I should. I'm not sure there's other people here doing it with me, though. I find that these orbs tend to spawn very much on one side of the rare spawn as opposed to all around. I'm not really sure what that's about. I have multi-shot. Expired. It's me and this demon hunter fighting over orbs. Gonna take a while with only 2 of us here. I'm honestly surprised. I think most people probably get this rare ticked off and then they never do it again because of the involved process that we're doing right now. I'm just curious to see if I get more insignia or just insignia in general from this. There we go. I'm just gonna try. Now that there's an announcement, people will probably come. Here they come. I can't blame them for not wanting to spawn the rare, but having them here to help kill it is useful. There we go. Yeah, I got 2 insignia, so it's the same as the rest of the rares. Speaking of which, we should be getting another one very, very soon. I do feel like maybe this pre-patch event is a bit less engaging than the previous one. The War Within pre-patch event was called Radiant Echoes, and it took place in... There was one in... I want to say Searing Gorge. I think there were a couple different ones. And it was less kind of time gated. There was always something to do in the zone. It's just about how much or what was up at one time. Whereas this event is kind of all or nothing. Once you've done the world quests, they don't refresh until the next day. Or after a couple of hours or whatever it is. And there's only 3 or 4 of them anyway. And after that, it is just rare spawns, which are on a timer. So I don't know, it is kind of limited. Of aggro, I'd love to change that. But maybe they had learned a lesson from the previous event, because it was so easy to level alts and just like speed run catch up gear. This process feels more involved. And I imagine what most people are doing, unlike me, because I'm streaming, is looking up the rotation for which rare is going to spawn next, parking their character where it's going to spawn, and then just watching YouTube, watching a film, doing whatever on the side until the 10 minutes is up. And then they do the rare, move on to the next one and repeat the cycle. But for those of us that are, like, putting in the work, there is less to do. I think there's only one other achievement as well, which is playing like a tic-tac-toe game at the base camp. I haven't actually found that yet. But I don't think you get anything for it. Stolen Twilight's Blade Stratagem. It's this, I think. Choose a faction for your mark. Okay. And you play against... Click on a cell to place your mark. You play against AI? It certainly looks like it. I think you have to do like 50 of these to get the achievement. Oh, if it's a feat of strength, it's not going to show up. Expansion features? Twilight Blade. Crunching the cultists. Win the Twilight's Blade stratagem game in the Twilight Ascension base camp 50 times. So drawing doesn't count. Okay. Why did I do that? That was silly. Lol, I failed. I think if I go in the middle every time, it's gonna... come out with the same result. That was an easy win. Okay. This is going to be a draw, isn't it? Because I can only win by putting them here. Well, this is riveting content. Why have I done that again? I'm like not even trying to win. Well, Gosh, I'm gonna be a tic-tac-toe speedrunner by the end of this. Hooked myself with that one. Sometimes the AI is really stupid. Like that, where it just let me put 3 in a row without ever stopping me. Honestly, this is kind of feeling like luck. I don't know. This is gonna be a draw. I'm assuming I'll get the rare spawn alert when, even though I'm in this like interface. See? I just did it again. Okay, she was clever that time. And she got me. She got me good. Well, I gotta go. Because of rare spawn. Thanks for the draw. Gosh. I only won 5 times. I'd probably have an easier time winning against other players as opposed to against a computer. There we are. Gosh, this one's taking a while. Everyone's either getting their achievements or losing momentum. Let me check. Suggested content. Is it going to be in here somewhere? Twilight Highlands. No, why can't I start it? Maybe you can't level through Twilight Highlands right now. To be fair, maybe I just need to do time walking dungeons. And actually, I should probably do so on my Demon Hunter, because she's closer to being max level right now. Oh, also, I ended up categorizing my characters into different warbands based on where they are in their Legion Order Hall situation. So I have some retired characters in their own section who I barely ever use, but are useful to have for farming mounts and things like that, so I don't want to just delete them. But they're retired. They're living out their life. Probably not in Tazavesh. I should probably put them in... They can go to Razorwind Shores by the beach. They're having retirement for now. I have Oceana, who was my Legion Remix Rogue. She's like still being used in her order hall, just she's kind of a special case because she's done almost everything. I have my lovely Panda Shaman who I made for housing and my Tauren Shaman who I could get rid of, but I'm going to keep her because I haven't done the Tauren Heritage questline yet. I haven't finished it. And she's the only max level Tauren that I have. Then we have the leveling characters, who's my Marksmanship Hunter, my Blood Death Knight, and my Devourer Demon Hunter. Then the characters I still have doing their Order Hall campaigns is my Warlock Paladin, my other Shaman, and my Warrior. So they're all together. And then my Order Hall complete is my Monk, my Druid, my Priest, and my Mage. So these guys, in terms of Legion Order Hall achievements, can be left almost alone. 3 of them don't have their hidden artifact appearance, so I do still need to do something, but their campaigns are done, their troops are done, and their Order Hall upgrades are done, so they can more or less be left untouched. But for now, we're going to go with the leveling characters, because this character sitting at level 66 can easily get some more levels, hopefully. I only thought about categorizing my characters into warbands like that recently, because I was struggling slightly to remember exactly where everyone fit. Oh, I got a upgrade I never noticed. Let me do some vendoring.
I have many lucky dues.
I realized that putting my characters into warbands based on where they're at in the process of the Legion Order Hall stuff actually made it easier to, like, I guess remember or not have to remember quite so much. Let me queue for some time walking. And while I wait, I'm going to see if I can continue besting this AI. I think it's going to win. No, it's not. We're going to draw. I'm going to lose. Why did I do that? I could have just lost. I don't know why I exited. Also, my UI isn't hiding. Let me leave. Is it the whole thing that's visible? It is, isn't it? In combat. In combat. That's better. I was actually going to do a funny thing. How to win tic-tac-toe. Oh, of course there's YouTube guides on it. To win tic-tac-toe, always go first and place your first mark in a corner. If the opponent plays in the center, take the opposite corner. If they play on the side, take the opposite corner to create a double threat. Huh. Place your first mark in a corner and then take the opposite corner. Okay. I mean, it worked. Hey. Thanks, Google. I thought if I have to win 45 more times, I should probably seek some kind of guidance. If it were 10, I would have just figured it out myself. Just kept playing and bashed my head against it until it falls over. But I know there is logic to that game. I just wasn't sure exactly what it was. Okay, this is where it's useful for me to remember that I'm a little bit squishy. And I don't do all that much damage. How? I'm gonna die. I should still get credit. Lol. See what I mean? Squishy. I had lots of people standing over me when they had circles on them. And then the boss himself does like a big Shadow Nova AoE thing. But damn, I didn't stand a chance. Oh, I genuinely don't think I got any experience. The rare just died. It's okay. I got some insignia. It's mainly what I came for. How many does this character have? She only has 8. Fascinating. So I think we're up to probably about 200. And to buy absolutely every cosmetic, which to be fair, if there's like a toy or two, I probably don't mind leaving it. I think you can buy the toy version of this tic-tac-toe game. Maybe if it lets you play with a friend, like PvP quite literally, then I'd be more into it, but what did it say? If they play in the middle, what? How to win tic-tac-toe? If the opponent plays in the center, take the opposite corner. This opposite corner? Because then if I put one here, they have free reign to go almost anywhere. So now I have to go here. I think this sets them up to win, not me. Or I guess we just draw. Now that I'm actually trying to engage my brain, I'm struggling. I can only win here now. Me constantly drawing with the AI, I mean, tells me that I'm not completely stupid. It tells me I'm not really good enough to like continuously win, but at least I'm not just losing every time. Oh. It's also character specific, this achievement. Well, I only won 5 times on my other character, so I can't win. Yeah, good idea. Let's go to Wrath. Ooh, the Nexus. I don't think dungeon quests scale. Just kidding.
See you around.
Okay, we're doing the dungeon quests too, I think.
Hey there. You need something?
Activates the interdimensional refabricator at the Nexus Dimensional Rift. Oh, I remember. After the third boss? Second boss? Oh, I think I'm too far away. Oops. Okay, that's level 67. Hmm. Hopefully, today's Devourer Demon Hunter gameplay should be a vast improvement on the previous stream, because I've had much more time to practice, she says, being frozen. And I'm not quite so poorly geared anymore.
You know what they say about
Although I'm not very good at my uptime on my metamorphosis, which is kind of the whole point of Devourer. Although on this boss, it is a bit more difficult because she like goes invis and then throws you around the room and everything.
Now to finish the job.
This has always felt so wonky to me, that whole mechanic. She's gonna... What just happened? She just ran out the room and despawned. Oh. It's because the tank like glitched out and got sent back to the start of the dungeon. No idea.
You know what they say about curiosity.
Oh, well, we're going again. Oh,
I'll give you more than that. You know what they say about curiosity.
oh no.
Now to finish.
I'm trying so hard to hit her with my beam.
There's plenty of me to go around.
Oh.
You know what they say about
Where is our tank? I think they're stuck.
now to finish the job.
Oh my god, I've never seen so many phases of this boss. Rip, okay. I also got a weathered satchel, which has a ring in it. Although I'm still in combat somehow. Hmm. Maybe the tank is DC'd. Game feels so broken. It hasn't felt like this for ages. Like in previous pre-patches even. Oh, the tank is here. They just carried on the dungeon rather than coming back. And then I think we're meant to use this here. Gosh, that's from back in the day. Getting stunned during my eye beam. And here come the Lueras. This dungeon is just carnage. Oh wow. My Luera's cooking my metamorphosis. Oh no. And reload. This tank is moving so fast, which is great, but I need to reload. Hey. Well, that's my bad, apparently.
There's no truth in it. No, no, no. Only
Oh no. There we go. We leveled. We got a chest piece and a time warped thingy that we can hand into the vendor. I don't know where else to go in my talent tree at this point. To be honest, maybe I should get improved Sigil of Misery. Maybe that was really basic. Void Ray's cooldown during Void Metamorphosis is reduced. That might be nice. I didn't get enough arcane splinters.
How are you?
Oh,
See you later.
oh my god, I can't imprison.
We need you back in the present.
It's okay, I'm level 70 now. That is so mean. Okay, that's my last question here. I'm just going to abandon this one. Well, she's level 70, meaning we're brought out of the, like, chromie time. We can still do time walking dungeons, but no more chromie time, like, leveling through Legion or anything. We have to level through the War Within. Soul Immolation grants 5 additional fury over its duration. And we got an Icy Satchel of Helpful Goods, which has a headpiece in it. So we got a headpiece, chest piece, a cloak, and shoulders, and gloves. Goodness.
I have many, many wares.
Okay, and then Chromie Scroll to take us away.
Farewell, friend of the grumble.
And this turns in Wrath of the Lich King Dalaran. So we can go and hand that in. Get some time warped badges. Demon Hunter's been better this time around. I've tried it like I think twice at this point, and I just couldn't make it work. I really wanted to. But now that we've got a new spec to play with, I feel like it's speaking to me more. The Wrath vendor has a flying carpet, a wolf pet, and then some old appearances. Ooh, this one's actually really nice on a void elf. So only one mount. Unless I go and get the old Shadowlands ones that they just added. What's this quest? Is this to do the raid? Relive the expedition to Ulduar for 500 time warp badges. That sounds incredibly time consuming. Okay. I'm going to wrap up my stream here for today. Thank you guys as always for joining. It's been a pleasure to have you. I think we made a lot of good progress on the pre-patch event. I didn't actually go and buy anything yet, but I mean, it gives us time to farm even more of the currency and then have a big splash at the end. I am due back on stream on Friday at 2 p.m. GMT, same time as today. I hope to catch you guys all then, but for now, I wish you a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Enjoy the remainder of your week, and I shall catch you again shortly. Bye.